What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over the trades we end up taking today inside the Discord, as well as the game plan going into tomorrow. So this is what we end up opening like today. 30-minute chart on the call side tells us the trend in the market. So 10 did go below the 50 on the 30-minute. 50 did end up curling down. So we are neutral when it comes to the premiums here. We do still have these like bigger, higher time frame spots we're sitting at. We did break below the 1 hour. It's kind of irrelevant at the moment though, because this 50 is swept up super hard. We are holding this 2-hour 50 at the moment, which is, it's still a hefty area of support that we could bounce from and go higher from. So pretty much tomorrow we're gonna have to see if this 30-minute could cross back up on the call side. If not, most likely we will see a move lower. Again, there's still gonna have to be a decent drop for me to become bearish, because this 4-hour chart right here, we're still sitting above it. This is going to be a hefty spot of support. 4-hour 50, it's a massive pivot point. So yeah, there's nothing for me to be overly bearish about. I'd say I favor up than lower just because of these higher time frame charts, but I don't have any positions for that. That's just kind of my outlook. Until that changes, I can't really be bearish. So what do we do today? Going into the day, where do we open up at? We end up opening right above, or not, that was yesterday. We end up opening all the way down in here, right off of open. We still had a bit of a way to the 50, so, either side today would have been the play. If we got a put cross, okay, you could have taken that. If we got a call cross, could have taken that, because there's still a decent gap to this 50 SMA where, we could run up to. So I was just looking for a 0DT trade. So with that being said, we did end up getting this call cross right here on the 7:10 calls, 5-minute time frame. And this is actually not the right chart. Actually, no, it is the right chart. Right down in here, we end up playing this. A very, very nice move out of this cross. I entered a little bit early on this cross, and I held through this little pullback on this candle. I was just kind of overly bullish, I guess you could say. I did favor this to go cross and rip us higher. So I got in during this candle, this 10 o'clock candle, because one, we broke the 50. Two, the 50 was starting to turn up, which I'm going to try and find the screenshot. I'm pretty sure I have it here of what this ended up looking like. Let's see if I could find it. Actually, maybe not. Maybe I don't have it. I thought I did take the screenshot of it, but yeah, that's pretty much what I ended up taking. I went long at 10 o'clock, and we got filled at 871 on NQ. I think max drawdown this had was probably like 10-15 points. If I pull up NQ real quick, let's see what this ended up doing for drawdown wise. I don't know why this isn't working. Let me delete this /NQ, and let's see, what was the drawdown like? I think it was right down in here somewhere. Or no, my bad. It was down. Let's see. This pullback. Let me try and find this. Let's see. Where did we end up getting in this? Like right at 10 o'clock. So if we pull up 10 o'clock, yeah, we got filled at 871, and let's see, the low was 53. So almost 20 points. We were down like 18-19 points max, and then we just ended up ripping higher rest of the day pretty much, and I ended up selling it all at like right around, I think, like 10:20. So that was on this leg right up in here. I got out, and right after that, would we go 42? We did go a little bit higher. I got out all of this for like 100 points actually. Yeah, 100 points I was all out at. Very, very nice move. That's pretty much all we did today. That's all I needed. Quick 100 points. We ended up getting a fat cross on that 5-minute, and that's really all I needed for the day. And yeah, rest of the day it was just a chop fest. There was nothing else really that you were able to take. We ended up getting this cross and massive chop right here. Reclaimed the 10, but that 50 SMA was slowed down quite a bit. That's not. I've kind of been staying away again from the 10 SMA reclaims. I'm more focused on fib trades and the 0DT crosses. I don't really care too much about the positive and the negative crosses, 10 SMA reclaims. The only time I will, consider or take a negative cross is when we're coming off of a fib level. It's kind of more like a high conviction trade you could take when there's a fib level in confluence with like a negative cross. So yeah, that's definitely something you could take. But this negative cross, definitely not something I'm taking. And then rest of the day, it was just chop. If we go over to the put side now, there was nothing given this entire day. No put cross, not even close to a cross on put. So this chart was pretty much irrelevant the entire day. And when it came to the fibs, there's kind of two sets of fibs that we're watching. It's very weird. Some people are using ESM. Some people are just using the regular ES chart. And yeah, there was no fib trade on regular ES. This is what you could have taken. The 71.48 gave a nice long. You could have longed that level. I know Mr. Guy ended up taking this inside the Discord, and he caught a nice move, 48 all the way up to that was just around like 25 points. Could have caught in a close, and that took forever to play out, but that was something you could have taken. I've been kind of just going back and forth in between these two fibs, like charts. It's kind of whatever lines up with what we currently look like is what I've been going off of. So I mean, it's probably not the best way to do things, but there's kind of like both charts kind of do work. It's just weird how the fib levels are. It's like, okay, one day maybe we'll get a trade off of ESM, the other day we'll get a trade off of the regular ES chart. And you know, it's not like one does better than the other. It's more so like some days we just don't get a trade on one and we get one on the other. So really doesn't matter, in my opinion, which one you watch. They both do provide really good trades. And yeah, now when it comes to getting these fib levels, I'll go over how you get these and how to draw the pivots. So important thing to note is the 30-minute chart here on the premiums is how this is where you get your fib levels from. The 30-minute charts tell you when to change the pivots on ES. So when this chart crosses down, all right, 10 SMA goes below the 50 and this chart goes neutral, we are in a new range. So that pretty much ended up crossing down like right off open. So technically the neutral range is 71.30 to 71.97 because that's where this is the two fibs we were between when that 30-minute chart crossed negative, because we were previously bullish on the premiums, and then when we crossed negative and the 50 SMA is flat or going down, that establishes a new range we are between when it comes to the fib level. So we're at whatever two fibs we are between when that 50 or when that 10 crosses below the 50 and the 50 is turning down or is flat. That's the new range we're between. So 71.97, 71.30 is the new range. All right, and we wait for a break of this range. So now we need to wait for a break. I don't know, 138.2 isn't gonna be level. It's 141. 0.4 is this upper level. It's 72.16 actually, not 138.2. I don't think, at least. I don't know why that fib level's on here. But pretty sure it's the 72.16 level and 71.30 level. So that's the range we're gonna be between. And you wait for a break of the range. We break out to the upside. What's gonna happen most likely? That 30-minute chart's gonna cross back up on the call side, and we're back bullish into buying dips. If we break back below 71.30, we are in shorting the rip mode, and we are looking for shorts. And this is where you change the fibs, because whatever side the trend is on, you want that the 100% mark will always be the upper pivot. Like, you're always going to be having the levels over 100%. 100% is always going to be like the top pivot when you're playing with the trend. So whatever the trend is, that 100% mark is going to be towards the trend. So for bullish, this 100%, we're going to have these upper fib levels over 100% here. And when we are shorting, you want this 100% to be at the bottom. So if we break below 71.30 and get a closure below it, at least 10 points below it, then we flip them. And how do we flip them? This new pivot up in here becomes the 0% mark. So 71.85.75, this high that we just made in the recent bull trend, this is going to be your 0% mark. And then from the previous bear trend, which is all the way down here, is going to be your 100% mark. So that 100% mark is going to be at the bottom, like I just said, when we are in shorting the rip mode. So if we go bearish, the 100% mark is going to be at the bottom. And if we break above and go bullish, we don't change the fibs because we are still in a bullish market. There's nothing to change to when we already have the fibs set for the bullish trend. You only change them when we go from we cross negative, go neutral, then break out opposite what the trend was. That's the only time you change the fibs. So hopefully that makes sense. That's how you get the levels. May seem a little confusing, but after you see it every single day, every single week, it gets a lot easier. But that's how you actually end up doing those. But when it comes to tomorrow, I'm just gonna be looking for probably a cross on either side tomorrow. I don't know if we're gonna get a fib trade tomorrow. I'm definitely not gonna be playing a test of 71.30, or not 71.30, of 71.48, just because we already got a nice bounce off of it. I don't know if it's gonna end up holding again. But yeah. When it comes to trades tomorrow, just looking for a 0 DT cross most likely, unless there's like a significant move that happens that we could end up taking something else. But most likely tomorrow, just gonna be looking for a 0 DT trade, and that'll be that. So yeah, that's pretty much the game plan going into tomorrow. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub, join the course if you want to learn. I'm out. Peace.